Hello, I'm the Eternal Newbie. The extra L is for Leeroy, as in Leeroy Jenkins. That's right, today's spotlight player is the Leeroy Jenkins of tabletop role-playing games. That player that never, ever wants to plan. He will rush in and usually ruin things when the rest of the party has to drop everything to save him. Before that, you know what's coming. If you enjoy this video, I've got plenty. I've also got a Discord and another YouTube channel for computer and video games where I'm currently going through Final Fantasy VI. You can find the links to those in the description. Big thanks to Andrew Neal for cover art. It's amazing. Finally, likes, comments, and especially subscribes are really cool. Leeroy Jenkins is a name that has gone down in infamy in gaming communities. If you've not seen the video, it's about a group in World of Warcraft planning for a tough fight. They're talking about strategy, who's going to do what, etc. And though I have never played World of Warcraft, I can tell it's pretty intense. Anyway, in the middle of planning, here comes Leeroy Jenkins, who seems to have been AFK. He returns, and shouting his name goes charging in. The rest of the group follows and wipes soon afterwards. It was one of the first memes. While since then it's been revealed it was fake, it's still a pretty funny video. Check it out if you haven't seen it. The Leeroy Jenkins player is not fake, however. They hate planning in any form. To be honest, this one is almost me. I've never gone charging in, but I could totally see it happening. I've been in a few parties that way overplan. Like, we're gonna go check out a warehouse and planning for like an hour on how to get in. This was at level 1. There aren't many options, people. Spoiler, we ended up going in through the window. Overplanning annoys me, and more than once, when we gotten past the half-hour mark, I have seriously thought about Leeroying in myself. Usually though, I'll just tell the party, hey, you know what? We have spent way too much time planning this. It's not that difficult. Look, I'll order the owlbear steaks, you get the griffin wings, and we'll split it. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but my party seriously overplans for everything. I am not a Leeroy Jenkins. I may be a Leeroy or a Jenkins, but not the whole thing. Because I recognize that planning has its place. And even when I think we're wasting time, I'll keep my yapper shut for a while because of D&D's golden rule. You are not the main character. I am not the main character. There is no main character. Some people enjoy planning and will do it at the drop of a hat. And they should be allowed, as long as it's not eating up too much time. I'll talk more about this in my spotlight video about planners, or whatever I end up calling them. For a lot of battles, planning really isn't necessary. 5 level 1s versus 5 goblins, go for it. The problem with the Leeroy Jenkins player, or Leeroy for short, is he never wants to plan. It doesn't matter whether you're going against 5 goblins or 5 dragons, he will charge right in, occasionally shouting his own name in a parody of his namesake. Thinking this is hilarious, but not understanding the joke is on the party, even when it leads to a TPK. You see, most players feel loyalty to their party and don't want to let others die. So the same thing that happens in the video happens when the Leeroy runs in. Everyone rushes in to save him, and unless you're lucky, everyone dies. The Leeroy, though, is actually one of the easiest spotlight players to deal with. When he goes charging in full of his righteous fury, everyone else just stays back. It may seem heartless, but unless Leeroy likes re-rolling new character after new character, eventually he's going to get the message, and if he doesn't, it will at least be funny the first 5 or 6 times. Of course, this flies out the window when he pulls the enemy down on you while you're planning or sneaking, which the Leeroy has been known to do. Then he can tank a party faster than Cousin Oliver tanked the Brady Bunch. Rating time. This player is one of the more innocuous spotlight players I've talked about, because unless you allow him, it is difficult for him to ruin your game. Difficult, but not impossible. So I'm going to rate him a 3 out of 10 on the spotlight scale. What do you think? Do you agree with me on this spotlight player? Do you have a good name for the player that plans too much that I could use? Do you want to suggest a different spotlight player you'd like to see me talk about? Do I ask too many questions? All that stuff would be great in the comments. Thanks for watching. And as always, do not seek the spotlight, and the spotlight will seek you.